Hello guys, it's me, 20-year-old virgin, and today, my life is at its all-time lowest. My wife left me, my job fired me. They fired me because I was publicly jerking off, and they couldn't have that. I just wanted to show off my impressive manhood, and they fired me. They fucking fired me. I can't do anything now. I have no reason to live. But my therapist who tells me I should kill myself every day, said that I have one hope left, and it's MAGGOTOOFED, okay? This is my last hope. This must be the greatest YBA YouTuber of all time. Let's look at his most popular video. Okay, we're off to a mediocre start. ⴊᴜ, are you fucking serious? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh shit, okay. Guys, I don't have any more funny comments to make. I'm gonna go rebuild my life now. I'm gonna go back to my wife. I'm gonna stalk her for 5 more months, but I'm gonna get a job. I don't know what for. I dropped out of high school. I got kicked out of college for dating a high schooler. It's gonna be hard, but with the help of MAGGOTOOFED, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna reclaim my life. Also, my name is Carter Smith, and I live in...
Hey guys, welcome back to the 3rd episode of the Creator Review Series. Now, I know this title and the thumbnail and the little skit at the beginning is having you a little bit conflicted on what my opinion on Mag is. But don't worry, because all of your burning questions will be answered. Is Mag a good YouTuber? This is going to be a serious review this time and not just me making fun of newgens like Snipe. I have devised a chart. You guys can pause it right here and look at everything because I'm too lazy to adequately give context with my voice. But as you can also see, I haven't filled any of this out yet because I don't write a script. How I am going to fill in these margins, however, is I'm going to watch 3 of his videos. 1 being the most popular, 2 being his latest one, and the 3rd one is just going to be my personal pick. Because as you guys know, my opinion reigns supreme and I am just never wrong about anything ever. Quick disclaimer, this video does not account for who they are as a person. I honestly couldn't give 2 shits. If Mag is secretly a fucking child murderer in his spare time, this is a review on his content. Separate the art from the artist. Now, that's not saying he's a bad person, because he's definitely not, and you'll see why. He's actually pretty fucking cool. Like, there's no way you can hate this guy. You'd have to be more cynical than, like, Fidel Castro to hate this guy. Like, it has to be some deep-rooted trauma thing, where your father, who just strangles you every 5 seconds because he can't stand the sound of your voice, it just, like, fills you up with rage whenever you see somebody doing a good deed. I have had some, experience with him. All skins raid SBR. Who cares? Who? What the fuck is this? And that was pretty funny to remember. I actually didn't even know that was him until Mag was like, you remember when you were like making fun of my thumbnails? I was like, oh shit, really? So that's funny. Anyways, I feel like I'm having small talk with someone at my table. That really nerdy kid that just like sits down at your table and you don't know what to do because they kind of seem autistic and you don't want to make fun of them, but at the same time you kind of don't want to like have them be around you. So then you just like agree with what they're saying while they're going on about fucking Pokemon or some shit, and then you just have nothing else to say to them, so you do nothing but stare at each other, and then it just gets really... Okay, now, before going into this, there's a thing to consider, and that's that this video is pretty old, and this is like 2 years ago at this point. So, obviously the most popular video is not always going to be like the defining standard for their content now, because obviously people can change up their content like very heavily within the span of 2 years. But I just wanted to get an understanding of how it got to this point and showcase how it's the most popular. So let's go ahead and watch this. I did a skit. The skit in the beginning was based off of this, and I did say it was a little mediocre, but I was playing around, I didn't actually like watch all of it. I kind of watched like 5 seconds so I could like pretend like I was crying and shit. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and watch the whole thing now. It's not that long, it's only a minute long, so it's not gonna take that long. As you can see already, it's pretty rustic editing. You know, it's standard for beginning YouTubers, including me. However, I already had experience with DaVinci prior, so not a whole lot to say about this video. There are attempts at humor, but personally it just doesn't land as well with text, because you just don't get that emphasis. Plus it goes so fast that you can't really like process what's happening. So I think I've seen all I need to see, and with this video, I can understand why it's popular. You know, it's a minute long, there's not a whole lot to it. It's just some funny thing that people that play YBA can relate to and understand, which is alright, you know? He didn't really need to put a whole lot of personality in this video considering he was just starting out, and when you're just starting out, it's not very smart to put in, like, basically what you want to do, because what you want to do is completely irrelevant to what's popular in the algorithm, especially if you're pertaining to a certain community like this. However, this was pretty original for the time being, and I think it did influence a lot of other videos like this to pop up and crop a ton of unoriginality. So, for originality's sake, it really isn't that off, because you have to understand at the time it was pretty new, and albeit it wasn't like completely revolutionary, at the same time it wasn't awful or abhorrent or completely overdone, because it was a new thing. And you know, the YBA YouTube scene really started to pop off around this time, so you can understand a lot of the creative stuff was based around this lazy editing and low effort content just for people to indulge in for a quick couple seconds. Maybe subscribe, because you know, you didn't see people like this. You know, these were like the home runners of the YBA community on YouTube. This was like the big bang of YouTube in YBA. So yeah, in today's standards, it's aged like milk, but for its time, I can understand why it was popular. This is his latest video, which was uploaded just a little over 2 weeks ago, and you know, I gotta say, I think I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, so this is gonna be a partially blind reaction, but obviously this is just to showcase how far he's come since 2 years. You know, 2 years doing YBA content, that's a long time, especially to improve upon, you know, since then, considering all he was doing back then was putting images on a black background and then putting text. So let's go ahead and start watching it. So as you can see right here, like, obviously, incredible increase in effort in the editing. I should probably turn the audio on just in case. Very low. An issue I have with the text on the screen, not that it's necessarily bad, but it's just kind of like, it's kind of stale. I don't really like to see it, to be honest. I think the text on gameplay format is really annoying and so completely boring, it's just kind of pointless. I mean, honestly, there's nothing entertaining about reading text on a screen while also trying to focus on the thing in the background. So having that voice in the back for you to have an easy viewing experience without having to focus on so many things at once makes it feels a little bit more digestible. But you know, that's his thing. He's put his voice in a few videos, so honestly, it's really not that horrible, considering this is his staple. But from an outsider's perspective, it's pretty boring. As you can see, he's not that bad at the game. He's not terrible. He's not like Snipe, because Snipe's a newgen. But yeah, no, he's not terrible. This isn't like unenjoyable gameplay to watch, and it isn't like, it's not something to spectacle at, but you could say he's alright at the game. You could say he's pretty good, and considering he's playing against a guy that's one rank below him, this is pretty good. You could say that he's definitely proficient at the game a little bit, considering that this wasn't after any leaderboard reset, I can assume. So he's fighting someone of about equal skill. I mean, I don't know. I don't exactly know how the YBA leaderboard works nowadays. Another thing to note with the text is he times it specifically like how you would time it when you are voicing over something. Kind of like how I would right now, except I wouldn't be able to put text over this because it would be a little pointless. That's the issue with YBA YouTubers nowadays. There's only like a few handful that actually use their voice in videos. Pretty sad, because those handful are like either dead or they make really shit content. Honestly, I think this text could be better utilized if it was just voiced over. Honestly, I think it would be better if it was just voiced over, because the way he's doing it with the text, I feel like it's just extra complicated to do that. I think he did say he was sick, so I don't know, that could play a potential part in it. Me personally, I just wouldn't make any videos if I was sick, but... So yeah, he's not afraid to show him losing. That's good. I like that. Okay, so that's the whole video. Yeah, honestly, it was kind of flat, but whatever. It's not like every single video someone has is going to be like the next magnum opus of their channel. But this one, I feel like it didn't really do a whole lot. There was background music and there was text. If you are heavily into the competitivity or fighting aspect of YBA, I would say this is a good video, honestly. It does showcase a whole lot. He's not terrible at the game, so you can definitely say that it's entertaining to watch him fight, but anything else, there's just nothing. There's just not a whole lot going on for it. There wasn't exactly any humor, but I prefer genuine humor over random like shit posts every 2 seconds, so that wasn't terrible. I didn't hate my life or want to turn my wrists into a coupon at Walmart while seeing this, so good job, dude. You've definitely improved, but there are definitely still improvements that need to be made.
I got my cock in my hand right now, and I'm stroking it.
Next up for my personal pick is this video. Now, this isn't a very old video. This one came out 3 weeks ago. I left a comment on this one too. If you don't know what intro I'm talking about, let's just play it. Not that. It's this. What the fuck is that? Okay. I don't know who made that, but that was like some of the most random assortments of clips from him, and then just that. It made me so confused. I didn't know what I was looking at for a sec. That was pretty funny. I like that. As you can see, he put in a lot more editing in this video than he did the one we just saw. Yeah, so he does use his voice for videos. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love this aesthetic right here. Undertale sound effects and shit. Those small little details I notice, and they get me rock hard, dude. And another good thing about this, you'll see right here. I watched a little bit of this video. Yeah. Look at this shit, dude. And that is some really cool shit right there, dude. Honestly, this too. This is really cool shit right here, and I have actually never seen this done before by anybody else. So not only is it original, but it's also like actually a good commendable thing for this guy to do. Like, he doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to do this shit. But he still does it. And it's so fucking cool, dude. Look. Like, you really can't hate this guy. Like, this guy is a great fucking person, dude. To do this, to spend his time editing out this shit for some random person. It's really cool, dude. I really wish more people would do this kind of thing with their community because it's actually helpful. Great. That's good, dude. Honestly, I wish people would listen to their community more because I think the fact that most of this community is a bunch of socially inept basement dwellers that think that everything negative is just hate doesn't understand that it's actually way better to listen to these critiques. Even if it is hate, it's still beneficial for you to listen to that hate sometimes. It's honestly good. It's good that this guy is listening to his fans and implementing it in his videos. It's good. My entire take on the whole shitposts and memes things, it really does feel like ingenuine. Nobody likes to see that shit. I don't like seeing it, to be honest. I put it in my videos because, you know, if I didn't touch on it in my video, then it helps me out a lot. But some people who don't use their voice or anything like that, they put it in there as a substitute for humor, and it's not good because it just never lands. At least not for me. I mean, if your audience is comprised of 12-year-olds, which for most of these YouTubers it is, I suppose it works, but you get nothing else out of it. I mean, it is. I am a low attention span child, dude. I'm 12 years old. I have ADD, ADHD, autism, Down syndrome. I have everything in the book, dude. Yeah, so as you can see, he uses the effects like sparingly and he doesn't overdo it as much, which is great because they get really fucking annoying sometimes. And those little pieces, those little editing pieces right there, they add a little bit of a personality to it, and I like that. An example of well-placed effects. See? I like it when they put in these little bits and mini skits in here. It adds personality, like I said. I got jumped in LA by some pussy. He handles himself really well in these. It's fun to watch, I'm not gonna lie. But again, it's so stale. It's so stale, and I understand that you're sick, dude. I understand. But it's so boring when it gets to these quiet little moments like these, and you don't talk. The text, I can't. I'm too autistic to focus on these things. You think I have the attention span for this? It's so boring. Wow. Like commending me like I'm a fucking veteran. Like I just went through Normandy. Haven't subscribed yet. Okay, Mag. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting for you to make me proud, okay? If I regret this, you're gonna hear from my lawyers, okay? If it turns out you're a filthy newgen like Snipe, it's over, dude. It's wraps. No, but in all seriousness, this was way better than the other video that we saw. There was a lot more editing. It was a lot more fun to watch, and he really adds his own personality into it, and I like it. This format of video, honestly, isn't too terrible, and I wouldn't mind if you just kept it like this. However, obviously, there are always room for improvements. Use your voice some more. Get rid of that cringy little text. Get a little funnier. Honestly, I think it could work. So yeah, let's move on to my final thoughts after I fill in my chart. So I will keep this conclusion short because I think from what I've been saying, you'll get a general gist of how I feel. Now when it comes to Mag's videos, you can generalize it down to a subtle showcase of his editing skills, and I'm going to give it to him. These videos have amazing editing in them. If you're looking for much else though, I'm not sure you're gonna get it. The humor within them is pretty specific. I think if you follow that type of humor that he presents with those shit posts and whatever else he may do, then I'm sure it's pretty funny, but me personally, I didn't find myself laughing a whole lot. I will give it to Mag though. He is definitely not playing at a completely amateur level in this. He's definitely shown that he can be good at the game, and I respect him for that. However, if he were to 1v1 me, I would probably lose and then tell him to kill himself 15 times before throwing my PC out my window. He definitely brings a lot of originality to the table when it comes with video topics, but another half of that is squandered by just regular SBR shit, which isn't too horrible because at least he balances it out with his own stuff, but it's not great to rely on. You can definitely tell he puts a lot of his personality into these videos, especially considering those little tidbits in the beginning where he showcases like people's struggles with diseases or addiction or whatever. It's a great touch and he should keep doing that. And the effort he puts into his entire brand is just, it's beautiful. 10 out of 10, perfect. I have nothing to say about it. You can definitely tell he puts a ton of effort and puts all of his time into this shit, and it shows. So my overall number ranking score is a 7 out of 10. I should have added this in the beginning. This is my opinion, okay? A lot of my stuff that I say, you can ignore a lot of it. This is just my personal opinion on what you do. I'm not a professional. I don't dictate what's good and what's not. I just like making fun of people, okay? I just wanted to keep this video mostly respectful because I actually do respect Mag a lot and I think he's cool. You're not going to get this same level of respect from me for anybody else though. So yeah, that's going to be about it. If you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you really liked the video, make sure to subscribe. I'm sure it was pretty boring when I was reacting to the videos, but you know, it's an analytical piece. I'm not trying to put humor into every crevice of it in these, except for those first two. I just wanted to make fun of those guys. But yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I should put like Family Guy footage in the bottom if you guys are really that bored. Once again, follow, join, do whatever the fuck you want with those links in the description. Do the thing that Eclipse is. And see ya.
I got my cock in my hand.